Hello guys, how's it going? I'm gonna check my sharing the whole screen, and I'm gonna also check my audio now. I'm gonna check my sharing the whole screen, and I'm gonna also check my audio. Okay, the audio is good. I think the screen is good. Okay, the audio is good. I think the screen is good. So we can continue. So yeah, basically now we're in the half of the course, but there is an issue because now the course has made an update. So basically now it updated to, so now the course of developing AI systems with OpenAI API is has been changed to developing AI systems with OpenAI responses, which is a migration that they did. And then this project was deleted because, of course, it changed the the course was changed, and this was moved here, and then there's a project after the embeddings. So I think just to keep ourselves also up to date, let's just let's just jump here and they show the latest version, which is the version 2. And well, here just for the track AI systems with OpenAI, we're gonna rename this to we're gonna rename this to OpenAI and this will be API. And now we're going to create a new one, which is going to be working OpenAI responses API, which is the upgrade that they make. It will be OpenAI responses API, and this will be the update of the 5th course that we already completed, but now we're gonna do it with the new release. The new release I check here, and it's basically the completions is being changed to responses create. So this is simplified into just this. Well, before you, I was reading this, and basically kind of similar. One of the big changes that I saw is that that here, for example, you can also, it has built-in tools and agentic behavior. So basically you can call web search, file search, code interpreter. So it's more complete, because otherwise in the previous API you needed to create your own, you needed to orchestrate all of the tool calls in your own loop. So this is quite interesting. Tool JSON schema differs. Chat completion is the top level function. Through wrapping the definition. All responses define name description parameters at the top level. So tool definitions are copy and paste compatible between the two. Okay, so we will need to change the the tools call. So we have built-in the tools call, what is, so 40 and 80% better cache utilization, but it's cache of course, just in case. This is really interesting. So the chat completions is the industry standard. So, but the responses are recommended for your person for anything personally. So yeah, but I guess that if I want to build flexibility, then I will need to keep the chat completions. But if I because then I can move. I assume that the parameters that I pass between that and the other vendors will be the same. But if I migrate to responses, then it's gonna be really different. But what if I want to keep it compatible with other vendors? Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can also use a hard. Okay, so basically I can there is tools that allow me just to abstract that layer. There is also I can also build my own function that generates my own generator, or I can so chat completions for general text generation and responses API when agentic behavior will. So it's a mixed approach with one another. Mm-hmm. Okay, so in this case, because we are learning, uh, this is really interesting because here the embeddings, the embed, oh, la, 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 la. I'm gonna just remove the audio because I don't want to hear myself. Uh, the the embeddings is something that didn't change, so it will still be used by OpenAI API. So let's because this course didn't change once again. What about embeddings? Because as far as I understand, I didn't did this course yet. I'm just trying to understand if this changed or not. The embedding same point didn't change. Okay, so this only change. So we're gonna change the completions, and then you have line chain, and then you have MCP. And basically, in the previous course, which is the old version, we had the same Pinecons, principles in Python, LLM application with line chain. You have Pinecon, and then you have this additional. So basically, you have this additional one, Then you have the this additional one, and it was removed. So it was added these two courses, and it was added the course of the MCP, and it was added the course of the introduction developing assistance with OpenAI responses API. So said that we can do the following. We can do this project here. We can continue with the embeddings. We can continue with all of this stuff. Then we jump into the new course. Then we jump into the MCP, and then we do the course of the update with the AI systems with OpenAI responses, which is this this new one. So yeah, basically that's the path that we'll take. So just to repeat, first we will do this project with the OpenAI API because it will not be deprecated. It's just that they are making a newer version, more locked to the vendor, which is themselves. Then we'll go to the embeddings, then to the project, then the application with Python, then this one, which probably I already know, LLM applications with LangChain, and then with the MCP, and then we'll come back with the update with the OpenAI responses. So let's go with the project then. Let's start. So this is going to be so I'm gonna do projects, and I'm gonna move the travel assistant project to projects. So if I go to projects, I'll see that there. So I'll do this as one, and then I'll make two, which will be medical transcriptions with the OpenAI API. Medical transcriptions OpenAI API. So in here we'll put a project, and then we'll close all of it to save some memory. Okay, it says by leveraging the AI and structured natural language can be processed into organized data. Okay, this can reduce administrative tasks for healthcare professionals, freeing more time for direct patient care. The medical team automate extraction and interpretation of vital information for using OpenAI API. A curriculum manager. All right. You know what's really funny? Each time there is like less and less participants when the career is advancing. Okay. You have been provided with an anonymized dataset of medical transcriptions organized by specialty. Transcriptions.csv. Okay, use the OpenAI API to extract each medical specialty and a data field to store the recommended treatment extracted from each transcription. Okay. So from the transcriptions V, I need to get the age, the medical specialty that was used to evaluate this, and create a new data field called the recommended treatment. And this is per transcription. So probably we'll need to create a table or something, I don't know. Match each the recommended treatment with the corresponding international classification disease code and save your answers in a pandas data frame named df structured. And it might take a while for the code to execute and test to run as you're interacting with the OpenAI API. Okay. So this is the project. Let's see. Pandas. Oh yeah, I used pandas like a while ago. Let's retake it again. Medical professionals often summarize patient encounters in transcripts written in natural language. Symptoms, diagnosis, and this transcripts for other medical documentation for insurance purposes, but they are densely packed with medical information. Extremely key data securely can be challenging. Yeah, because there is a lot of transcripts. Like, so if they want to extract the data, it's like challenging. And join your team at Lakeside Healthcare Network has to leverage OpenAI API to automatically store medical information from this patient. Okay. As an standardized system, this word for diagnosing and billing purposes. Insurance claims processing. Okay. Contains anonymized medical transcriptions categorized by specialty. So here I load the pandas, which is a data processing library. I read the CSV and the head. It's just like the first 5 rows. The medical schedule and the transcript. Can I see this more? I'll expand this 1 second. Columns. Okay, I guess that in the transcription there is like much more information. I cannot see it right now. But basically I understand that I need to new data field is to the recommended treatment extracted from each transcription. So I'm gonna start writing the instructions that I need to follow. So I need to make a table with age, medical specialty, and treatment. Then match each treatment with the corresponding international classification disease code. I'll save it to df structured. So basically table medical age. So here I need to first create the here here it should be the I'm going to create a system message, and it's going to be on data analysis, and you're going to receive a table with you're going to receive a list of you're going to receive a list of transcriptions with medical specialty and transcriptions. I mean, first I need to figure out how can I transform this. So I'm gonna ask this if I to Cloud, you are an expert in Python. No, stop. In this code, you receive this as the head. And how can you transform this into a list of messages to call the OpenAI API? Because I want to know the options that I have. Yeah, yes, more or less. So each Mm, yeah, I think if we do it in this way, it will be better because if we make a whole big chunk of it, this can get really, really, really like it can hallucinate a lot. Imagine that for the first transcription, it will be like probably really good, but then for the for the last one, it probably will hallucinate, and I want the same precision for each response. So I will copy that, and I'll make uh, this div iter rows here. Oh yeah, so you're going to receive a transcription, and then instruct the age, medical specialty, and recommended treatment with a corresponding yeah, instruct the age, medical specialty, and match the recommended treatment with a corresponding. Okay, so then here I have the system message, and then in here is gonna be an array, and in here I'm gonna have two, which are here's gonna be the role, which is double quote, there's gonna be system, and then I have content, and then I have system message. Then in here I will have the role as user, and then I'm gonna have the content as transcript. Then because I don't need to generate at each one, there's like the how did you call it here? So I'm gonna do it in a different way. I'm gonna do get this is gonna be with a structured transcript. The way that you define a function in Python will be like this, and just with the two dots I need to shift this here, and here I will receive a transcript. So I will do it in this way, and here I will return because I want to do this as tools call because I want to do it structured. Then I will also define tools called, this is gonna be from here. Single step you shot here. Okay, no, it's here. It was here. So I need to so yeah, I'm gonna get here a function. Where I'll copy all of this. And now I'll just whoa, this big. Okay, and this is gonna be extract my medical data. So this is gonna be get the age, medical specialty, and ICC code from the transcript. So it's gonna be like this. I'm gonna have the three fields, which is gonna be age, medical specialty, and this is gonna be ICD code. Then I don't need this last field because I just need three. Required is gonna be age, medical specialty, and this is gonna be the ICD code. And then all of them are okay. This is going to be in the previous one it was to define an array, so I need to remove this one, and I could define an array, an items type string. Okay, so this is gonna be just plain string for the moment. Then this is gonna be age of the patient. This is going to be the medical specialty, and in the ICD code it will be the international matching the treatment. In the transcript. All right. So in the tools, I'll pass this function definition. And then in the responses, I will, if I do this, I will get the arguments. and then I can iterate here. Then I can iterate and like this in this data frame. Then I can do per each row transcript, so I need to do the but here I'm already getting the medical specialist, so I need to I don't need to redo that. So basically I don't need to do this here. I need to get this and this, and then I need to pass the transcript with the row transcript. Then here I'm gonna get the here I'm gonna get the two arguments, which is gonna be here I'm gonna put the tool choice. I know this might be over engineering, but just to make sure that I'm gonna do this struct medical data. All right, and then here I'm gonna get the arguments, and it's gonna be an object, dictionary, sorry, which is gonna be two, the age and the ICD code, and then from here I need to create the new DF structures. So I assume that DF structure is gonna be a new okay, and how to create new data frame with 3 columns, age, then medical specialty, and ICD code, and a new rows to it. Because basically I need to create a new data frame, which is going to be that one, and then I need to, when I am iterating over there, I need to append each value there. Yeah, this is the previous one where we make it more advanced and we define a function already, so we don't need to do that. But then, and I need to create these rows here. So this is gonna be before my loop. And then I just need to append like this. But in my case, UB response is equal to this. and in the row we get the medical specialty, and in the response because it's already a dictionary, we can define it as this, and in the same as here but with the ICD code. Yeah, the three of them. Then I think I just need to do this. I pass the rows, I define the columns, and I get the data structured. So for the 4 is good. Then I have only 2 issues here because I don't know if it's gonna be if it's gonna wait until it gets the API response for each one. Then I also didn't handle the case in which there might not be any medical, like this is also, I need to remove this. I didn't manage the case in which um, I'm I'm not gonna have a description, or in the description there is no ICDC code. So in that case, probably I will get some failure here. But so far, as far as I understand now, it's everything that I needed to. Now I think we can run it to see maybe there is some error with indentation or some stuff. The rope is not is transcription. Trans. I should put this also here, transcription, and in the row here, transcription. So then I just need to run here. Just remember when I used to use Jupyter Notebook. Invalid effort tools expected an object. So I guess that here in tools, it was already an array, so I don't need to define an array here. So let's just run it. Response is not defined. Here also here I need to do here response and then run it. String indices must be integers. Okay, give me 1 second because I need to figure out how is this. So I define the tool choice. Okay, maybe let's ask ChatGPT. It has already there. It's a JSON string, not a dictionary. When you try to access Python expected, I added import JSON and use the JSON loads arguments to parse. Also, that's correct. So here I need to return JSON loads arguments, and I guess that it was somewhere here. I'm just gonna JSON that loads. Yeah, but it was not in there. It was here. So in this, I transform this into a dictionary. Yeah, but I'm just gonna accept, and I'm gonna move this in JSON to the top. Then I'm gonna run again. So then I'm gonna do the print, the same as in the app, df hat dot hat, and I'm gonna run it. Okay. Okay. That's cool. How to get the size of a df? Df shape. It's a tuple. Shape 0, which is the number of rows only. Len, div size, info. All right. Okay, so this is cool. I'm gonna copy this in the projects, and there's gonna be medical transcript, and there's gonna be a new file. There's gonna be medical transcripts. And here I'm going to I need to import this. I need to import this. And then I need to copy this here. And then I'm gonna run Cloud because I will want Cloud to generate me a sample medical transcripts so I can run it locally, you know. But I'm gonna make it like max like 5 so I don't, you know, so I don't overuse all of my ChatGPT token. Please analyze this file. And create a transcriptions.csv so we can run the file and make sure it's small, probably and max 6 rows, so we don't use too much our tokens. By the way, let's submit this. Mm, yes. Aha. I also need to put the recommended treatment. But it was. So I need to do this. I need to copy this here. Recommended treatment. I need to copy this here. I need to do this here. Then here I need to do this here. Recommended treatment. I need to append it as a new row. I need to define the columns here. And then I can run it. And then I'll have four. Because this is coming from the response, sorry. Then let's run it again. Yep. And then I'll submit it. Yeah, it just run from inside. In this travel assistant project, yeah, here, and here we're having this OpenAI client. So let's just copy this here into the projects. So we load this, then in the same way that we do here, we import the client. So we don't need to do this. Then it's all good. Whoa, 1500 XP. That's amazing. And then here I need to copy because I need to do the until function definition. So until function definition, we just copy all of this, we save. Now we try to see the data from the transcripts. It's gonna be just 1 to 3. Okay, just 5. So if I first go to the project, and I do Python OpenAI client. No, this doesn't. Python medical transcripts. Ah, lol. I did call, but I didn't print anything. So on this code, how can I print the table? Okay, let's do this. Now it's gonna be 5 API calls, and now we're gonna see it beautifully. How did it? Oh, no name ball tabulate. So let's do this just first, okay? Just to not, because I don't want to go deeper into more functions. Maybe I need to install another library from here. And I don't want to do that. I'll just print that. Nice. So here is putting like 5. I wrote 4 columns. Here's probably the other columns there. Or it's running already in the in the environment of data camp. So I can just leave it here. So guys, that's awesome. We finished our project with the OpenAI API. So that's pretty much. I guess that now we need to just take a break, walk with the dog, go to gym, exercise a bit, and then we can watch in the afternoon. We can see each other again because we're gonna now go to the course of embeddings. It's gonna be really interesting. I'm not sure if I've done embeddings in Spanish before, but it might be pretty interesting. I'm gonna push all of this code now into GitHub so you can all have access to it if anyone wants to follow. And yeah, see you each other in the afternoon, guys. Thank you very much.